All right, guys, welcome in. Of course, we're buffering. Man, we must have really hacked off YouTube and the alphabet agency gangs. They still don't have the internet fixed. In fact, they couldn't even give me an explanation of why it's not working right. We're back on the old internet, which hopefully it will clear out in a minute. And I don't know if you guys seen the storm surge that hit the Azores. Check this out. Let's play this thing here. I mean, it looks like a tsunami coming in super fast. Crazy, just crazy flow of water right here. Yeah, they're talking about maybe up to 100-foot waves. But this storm surge is just ridiculous right here. I'm going to go ahead and cut this out. That could be part of the reason why we're lagging here a little bit at the beginning. We're getting kind of used to it now. Here, let's check some of these photos out, and then I'll shut all this down, and hopefully it'll will speed up a little bit. Yeah, this internet's pretty steady. I mean, it's not the greatest, but you know, it kind of goes up and down. But you know, it just sucks because the new internet is so much faster, but it just don't work at night. It's like, what the heck? It won't work after like 7 o'clock. But before 7, man, it flies. Like, so anyway, yeah, we had let me go ahead and get rid of that. Hopefully all this stuff I'm getting rid of will help the stream out a little bit. Check out these waves. Right before it hit the Azores, man, they were 56 foot. Excuse me there. And yeah, and then this thing just goes right over that northern island. I mean, we're talking big waves here. 53.6, 52.5. Take that on up. Still at 52.5 foot waves. Insane, man. This is like a wave machine. 53.8. Now let's just see where this thing is headed. So right on target. Yeah, we're going to show you where all the target zones are. We got some crazy stuff to show you too, man. In fact, let's jump into this before we get into the headlines. Then we'll get back into the weather warfare. This is insane right here. So we're here off the, you know, the Saharas north of Dakar right here. But I want you to look at this cloud right here. This is not a normal cloud. It's got perfectly straight lines, frequencies. You got big, thick chemtrails going through it. But it looks like something was beamed straight down. And watch what happens right where this beam hits. First, I got to show you, man, there was some aerosols being deployed out in the desert. So check this out. Let me go forward to today. Wham! Look at this. That's like a blast wave of dust. That's not like a dust storm. That's an explosion. It looks like some new military weaponry was used to create this dust storm. I mean, look at these. These are not natural clouds. That's signs of the electromagnetics. So yeah, man, that's not what a dust storm normally looks like. Just click the different layers. I mean, this is a blast wave. No way, no how. I mean, the dust usually comes off in streamers. This was hit with the weapon, and then you can also see all the chemtrails right here over these islands. Just tons of aerosols. So here we are on today. And we can, you know, the storm did exactly what we said. Once it went past the Azores, it's going to merge with the other storm. So where's this storm going? We'll just look for the aerosols. We have freaking heavy aerosols all around Portugal, all the way up. They want this thing to take a right turn. Look at the frequencies over here. Look at the microwave. Same area in line with the blast wave of the dust. So you got heavy aerosols just being deployed all out ahead of this. They want this thing to hit Ireland, the UK. So heads up if you're out there. That's not going to be a cyclone, but the wind. This is a wind event. And I mean, they're just blasting the sky out here with aerosols. And that tells us exactly where this stuff is going. Look at this spray job over Ireland. I mean, this is just thick nonsense spraying out here. And you can follow it right into the storm. I mean, you just got heavy, there's not that many Hurricane Hunter planes. All these planes are flying directly into the path of the hurricane, which is a tropical storm now, but they're all flying into the path. Microwave frequency clouds all over this thing. Oh yeah, one more thing before we jump into the headlines. Make sure, yeah, see, remember a couple days ago when this storm, this hurricane, Tag or whatever it is, was down here by Guam. We watched the aerosols being deployed over South Korea in the Sea of Japan. Look where it hit. Right where they deployed the aerosols, and they're still spraying out here. This is all aerosols, man-made aerosols being deployed into the storm. Exactly where we said it would go, that's where it went. You follow the aerosols, you know where the storms are going. Same thing over the United States. Same thing in South America, Argentina, everywhere. That's a guiding mechanism. Let's jump into a few headlines and we'll jump back into the other deal, and hopefully the internet will clear up. Here, let me get rid of this. So when you look at this dust coming off, you don't see the blast wave down here with the dust. I mean, it was intentionally shot from up north down right there to the point. So it don't even match what happened today. So maybe this thing will update tomorrow. We'll find out. We probably don't need this. So we already know where it's going because we just look at the aerosols. They're spraying aerosols everywhere. They want it to take this hard right turn. All right, let's go ahead. I'm going to try to close some of this stuff out. All right, check this out. This is an old article, but I wanted to jump into this real quick. Weather on demand, making it rain is now a global business. This was back in 2015. Most pilots are trained to avoid these storms, but these guys are trained to enter him. He's flying a B-200 prop jet above India towards a dense, bruise-colored monsoon cloud for more than 20,000 feet. He dips his wing Top Gun style, circles of cumulus clouds, and wham, starts dropping the flares. It's just funny that people don't think this stuff is going on, but it's going on everywhere in every single country, and it's a multi-million-dollar business. So right here, here in India, with 110 million residents. See, I'm trying to find out where they were saying how much they spent. Here we go. In July, the state's Minister of Revenue took a gamble. He hired this guy here, this cloud seeder guy, for $4.5 million worth of cloud seeding programs over 3 months across 100 square miles. So $4.5 million for 100 square miles of cloud seeding. I think I'm in the wrong business. So that's some mega money to make it rain. And you don't think the governments are behind this? Come on. Who's got $100 million to make it rain for a 1 month period? What was it, a 1 month? 3 months. They talk about they've been doing this since, I think he said around 56 or 65 or something like that. I'm not going to go through the whole article. We got too much stuff to get into. Now the blob is back in the Pacific Ocean. and they're going to try to explain what it means. What they don't explain is what's really going on. So I remember reporting on this back when the first blob appeared. Then it had the mother of blob, the son of blob, and it just went on back here in 2015. Yep, I think I still have that very thumbnail that's off that video. So what they're doing, this is a heating event out in the ocean. It's a heat anomaly. And they did this back in 2015. But, you know, when you were going through this article, it'll say the 2015 blob had several effects on marine and the food chain. You know, they talk about forced sea lion mothers to forage further from their rookeries. Hold on, I gotta get a drink. Created a large harmful algae bloom recorded on the west coast, shutting down the crabbing and clamming season for months. I guess they still don't admit to the Fukushima that had a lot to do with that. And anyway, I'm not going to go too deep into that article. Just wanted to let you know it's back. Now, this is pretty interesting. Watch the U.S. Army's real-life phaser gun in action. A weapon can knock out a swarm of drones, cars, and even smart missiles with a single blast of microwave energy. This is what we talk about every day. The Raytheon's phaser weapon uses a technique known as a high-powered microwave, a HPM, to knock out drones out of the sky and all that. What's this look like over here? This looks like a microwave blast wave. Huh. Makes you wonder. So the phaser engaged system and shot down 2 types of USA targets powered by a diesel generator. Phasers can direct a brief jolt of microwave energy in the direction of incoming drones, you know, or weather systems. You know, that's why they don't even need HARP no more. They got this stuff on helicopters, planes, on, you know, ground-based systems. That's why you don't even need HARP. You got these things. I seen a whole fleet of these going down the road a while back. I mean, there's a whole fleet of them. That's the exact same thing I saw. All this stuff was folded up. If I remember right, it was before a hurricane. They were headed south. All right, can 5G cell phone antennas impact your pacemaker? Now listen how the mainstream talks about this. 5G cell phone antennas are coming to Pensacola. Wireless companies like AT&T and Verizon said this will bring faster internet to the area. But this has raised concerns with many people living in Pensacola. The Pensacola resident said his main concern is his own health. I have a pacemaker. I know that I'm not supposed to be anywhere near a high frequency equipment of any kind, you know, like cell phone towers, NexRad, phased array, Dopplers. So what does Dr. Hernandez say, the cardiac electrophysiologist? She says there's not enough research to support that 5G or cell phone towers frequencies impact pacemakers. So if there's no research, I guess this guy's going to be the test subject because they're putting it in anyway. If a radio frequency were to impact the pacemaker, a patient could feel it. When they come to the zone of potential interference from a signal, which could be high voltage lines, high voltage equipment, they could feel dizzy. The pacemaker is unable to deliver the heartbeat, Hernandez says. So, you know, they roll this out. Everybody that's, you know, got some kind of transhumanism part in them. Hey, that's right. What's his name? Bernie Sanders. Now he's a transhuman. He just got a couple stents today. So anyway, yeah, just see, that's how they pull it off. They say there's not enough research, but we're going to put it in anyway. You are the research lab rats. Yeah, they're probably blurring the screen. Wow, it is blurry. I just noticed that, man. They're really blurring that. Sorry, guys. Hopefully we can get this straightened out here soon. And hey, honey, I'm on that internet too, just so you know. I'm using that internet, the one you're on. And I don't think it matters. What? It don't matter. All right, so we got this here going on. Dutch tractor protest sparked worst rush hour ever. So the tractor driving farmers taking to the streets to demand greater recognition caused the worst ever Dutch morning rush hour on Tuesday, according to the motoring organization. There were 700 miles of traffic jams at the morning peak. Farmers reacted angrily to claims that they were largely responsible for a nitrogen oxide emissions problem. A report has called for the inefficient cattle farms to be shut down or some speed limits lowered to cut the pollution. Farmer groups believe they are being victimized while the aviation industry is escaping scrutiny. They are exactly right. People need to get behind the farmers. They have been attacked every which way, but yet they're going to try to sell you, not the farmers, but these corporations that have all this money are going to try to make you eat. You know, there's a war on meat right now. They want everybody to be vegetarians, eat their franken meat, their fake meat, plant-based meat, all grown in a petri dish. I mean, this is a war on meat. These cow farts are not causing global warming. In fact, CO2 is what makes the plants grow. It's all a big-ass lie. I'm getting tired of reporting on this stuff. So, Hurricane Lorenzo, Ireland braces itself for the powerful storm. Oh, look, here's that the Antarctica's crumbling ice sheet to redraw global coastlines. Remember the big chunk of ice that broke off the other day? Let me click this because I want to see if they're going to say it's climate change, because in that article, the scientists said it actually was not from climate change. It wasn't from the grand solar minimum. It wasn't, who knows if they purposely busted it off. I just want to see if they're going to call it climate change here. Let's look here. The fate of the world's coastal regions and hundreds of millions of people who inhabit them depend on a block of ice atop. Yeah, okay. So I'm just going to kind of go through here. I don't want to read it. Okay, here. Question. Does global warming affect Greenland and Antarctic the same way? No, Antarctic, 99% of ice loss occurs when ice slides into the ocean. There is practically no ice melt on the surface. It's simply too cold. In Greenland, half the ice loss is due to melt water that runs into the ocean. You know what? I'll get into this later. I didn't see anything where they were talking about the global warming, but here, let me bookmark that. I'll check that out later. Got a lot of stuff to get into here. So the Britons are urged to prepare homes for the worst winter in decades. What? Monday, 9. Oh, okay. British people have been urged to prepare their homes and fears one of the worst winters in 30 years lies ahead. Is that how you spell that kind of lies? like lies, like they're lying. Huh. I never was good at English. Freezing Arctic conditions are expected to send temperatures plunging to the lowest in decades. Are they talking about the grand solar minimum or all the jet streams that are being manipulated? No. Are they talking about the polar vortex winds? No. Man-made. Oh, remember back here in 2008 when ABC's News predicted that New York City would be underwater by 2015? I'm not going to play it. I guess they were wrong. Oh, here you go. Here's another war on the farmers that are going to be forced into growing these genetically engineered plants because now it fights global warming. Are you kidding me? Methane lasts in the atmosphere for about 12 years before it completely broken down into other molecules. Half of it breaks down in 7 years, thus no matter how many cow farts are released today, 100% of the methane will be naturally gone in 12 years. Okay, so yeah, that's good. I really need to read that one. All right, well, I'll read that one later. I have so many crap to get into here. So Mexico, they've been in on the weather warfare too. 7 days, and NARDA leaves a trail of damage on the Pacific coast, killing at least 2. Worst affected by the tropical storm were Guerrero and Wxxx, I don't know how to pronounce that, where scores of communities were cut off by washouts. You know, infrastructure gone. So a couple of young people here got killed by this storm. Hundreds of homes out of power. Look at the road. Look at that road just completely gone. So yeah, like everybody is getting in on the act of the weather warfare. It's worldwide, man. It's not just United States and Australia and the UK and China and Russia. It's everybody. Brain chip created for U.S. soldiers to take out enemies with their mind. A groundbreaking device is created that could allow soldiers to control military equipment and vehicles with just their thoughts. This is like the Terminators. Scientists from several universities in the U.S. have created a new brain-computer interface strip. The device is connected to the upper neck, picks up the brain signals, and converts them into digital information. These signals can be used to steer a vehicle or control other computers. Typically, these devices need to be connected to other machines and often require conductive jelly to work. So you know how they stick them little tabs on you when you're having a heart attack? See, these are going to be mind control chips, you know, to make them fight against their own people. This is some Mark of the Beast stuff here. Super soldiers that really are getting, you know, could easily be getting stuff planted into their head. So crazy stuff here. Here's a real old article. I don't know how it came across my feed, but I have never ever seen a white rainbow. So this captured was a shot of a rare white rainbow over Scotland. They call it a fog bow. You could bet there had to be chemtrails around here somewhere, some kind of chem fog. I just thought that was pretty wild. All right, Hurricane Lorenzo has broken records in the Atlantic. No Category 5 storm has ever been recorded as far north and east in the Atlantic as Lorenzo. Now a Category 2. You know what? I think this is a lie. This is coming out of the New York Times, because Christopher Columbus encountered what they thought to be a hurricane right by the Azores way back then. Wonder if that was global warming. So, all right. More lies out of the fake stream news. So this is pretty crazy here. I didn't get to do the research I wanted to, but one of the National Weather Service officials drowns while swimming at the Outer Banks. Now, I didn't get to, I wanted to research who this guy was. They don't say how he drowned. They just say he drowned. So it makes me wonder if this guy, we need to do some research on him and see if maybe he was getting ready to come forward with the weather engineering. You know, that's what they do to us out here. They target us, take us out. And this guy might have been, you know, I don't know till I do some research, but he could have been somebody coming out to get on the light side. Anyway, we'll do some digging on him and see. We also had a FEMA official arrested by the FBI for allegedly taking bribes amid Hurricane Maria recovery efforts. There's other people that were arrested too. So they like swindled a couple $1 billion, and then the money never got to the people. So yeah, there was like 3 or 4 people that got arrested over this. And we still got a swarm going on here in Missouri. The new Madrid Monday. I didn't feel any of them. So anyway, they say we're having a little flare up over here. All right, so we got through all that. Let's jump back in to the worldview map. All right, so anyway, we got this blast wave that looks intentional. Never, ever, ever, ever seen a dust storm like this. I mean, we can go, well, it will take too long to load. You know, to me, the tall tale sign is this: the day before. You have chemtrails right in the exact spot. You have microwaves, long straight lines. This looks like something was shot from up here, and that's right on target. Tons of frequency lines, microwave lines. Then, of course, you have all the aerosols all around here. Let me get back up to today. All right, let's just kind of take a quick look. I didn't get this really loaded because of the internet issues. I was on the phone again with them before the show started. We're back on the old internet till tomorrow. It really sucks because the other internet is actually downloading way faster right now, but the upload is horrible. We need upload to pull the stream off. All right. Oh, I guess we'll just go get into the I mean, there's aerosols going on everywhere, but mainly I just wanted to cover, you know, the UK, Ireland's getting ready to get hit. Still have aerosols being deployed and ship tracks up here off the coast of Greenland, purposely melting the ice. They're melting the banks, creating a man-made cloud over Greenland to melt the ice. They're trapping the heat of the day in there. It can't escape at night, so they're heating it up, which may have something to do with what they're doing over here. Wow, we got another spraying operation here over Spain. You know, this is pretty blatant down here. This is how they're trying to pull that storm south. They want it to take a hard right turn and then actually head south. So tons of planes are taking off from that area, and then they're just out here gridding back and forth. Oh wow, look at this formation here. He comes in, does a S. He does the curly Q. Then we got the Freemason symbol right there. Aerosols everywhere you look. Look, there's not that many planes out here over this ocean, and they damn sure wouldn't be flying into this hurricane unless it was for nefarious stuff. So look at all these microwaves and chemtrails together. Oh, yeah, I did a little bit. I checked that on the task mag. You know, I know I'm being targeted. So, yeah, we'll get through it. I'll block them some way or another. Yeah, I even tried bringing it up on my other computer, the one I had to redo, and it was getting hit too. So major spraying over Iceland. And then look, UK's clear today. Nah, tomorrow you got all this crap moving in, heavy aerosols. So you guys are getting ready to get pummeled with aerosols, heavy winds, storm surge, and then all that stuff. All right, we're probably done with this. I guess while we're here, we'll just do all the earth null stuff. Right now, let's go check the polar vortex winds and see where we are at. Everything's still normal. See, this whole thing is going to move up north any day. Like, it's already kind of starting. We're starting to get the polar vortex winds back. They'll be gone from down here, and they'll be up here. And then that sucks, because then that gives the weather engineers the polar air to work with. Not a good thing. We see what happens when they use it. Let me check the jet stream. No troughs, no dips. That's why they got the hot air and the cold air like parked. Like it's moving so slow. It's not even funny. We should be having probably tornadoes right now all along that line, but it's not happening. In fact, let's check the temperatures. All right, so here's our temperatures. You back that up a little bit here. Yes, that's a pretty big difference. Oh, I did want to check the temperatures down here. So we still have a little bit of a heating event. Little traces of heating events out there. All right, just wanted to look at that real quick. Let's go ahead and check the sea surface temperatures. You know, they say that the oceans are heating up, and I'm gonna say it's not really heating up. It actually looks like it's cooling down. Let's check them anomalies. Let's check on the blob. Well, the blob's not even down here yet. The blob's still up here. That first blob's already come and gone. So it looks like they're creating a new blob right there south of the Aleutian Island chain. And look at the heat anomaly right where the hurricane is. You know what? Let me back this up to see if we get a heat anomaly down there. I'll be damned. So right where that blast wave of sand, we have like a little heat anomaly right there. We go back, and it come out of nowhere. In fact, it was really cold. So that was definitely a blast wave caught on camera, caught on the maps. And then you have the sea surface temperature anomalies to back it up. You could also see they're superheating the hurricane, now it's a tropical storm. Let's go ahead and check the carbon monoxide levels at the surface. Still got fires going on up in BC. You want to do something about air pollution? How about talking to India and China? Look at that. That's actually good for them. I've seen them in the black the whole way. Our East Coast sucks. We got a really high anomalies right there. I can't tell if that's like Georgia or Tennessee, or definitely got a hot spot right there. Here we are on the carbon, the CO2. This is the plant food, man. They call it global warming. This is what feeds the plants. And it's actually looking pretty good. Here's our bunker fuel ship track and other sulfur dioxide mass. And let's check the PM 2.5s. Let's see if it picks up our blast wave. We'll see if we can see if there was a trend of that going back here. So let me see. We're moving up one day at a time. We're back on the second. Here, I got to go back. All right, so there's the hurricane. So right before the hurricane hits the Azores, we get a beam coming down from right up here. It hits about right here in the point, which blew the hurricane into, it stretched it all oblong and sped it up. So let's go up. And we see a heating event right there, or, a super thick event. But no, we're not seeing, it's not normal winds that created that blast wave. That was a heating event. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, it should have been like streamers. And let me just check. Yeah, we got some pretty good auroras. So if you're feeling a little funky, that could be part of it. All right, we're done with that. And let's just go check the radars and the tropical tidbits. Yeah, there is all kinds of EMF blocking information out there. Hell, they even got EMF blocking underwear for your kids. All them tablets and stuff, they have the Wi-Fi and the Bluetooth directed, at their reproductive areas. They're trying to, it's all the eugenics program. They don't want us to populate, even though the Bible says that we are supposed to populate the world. The New World Order is going against that. So this line right here, here's the cold, here's the hot. Where's all the tornadoes? There should be tornadoes just like going crazy right now. Yeah, lead paint, I can't remember. I think it's probably outlawed, but I'm sure you can buy lead paint. That would be one way. Like when I built this house, I kind of tried to build this house as a giant Verde cage. Maybe that's why my internet working. Maybe I'm blocking the signals from coming in. All right, so let me just check the watches and warnings real quick. With this clash of this cold and hot air, we should be having severe weather right now. Yeah, we keep the distilled water here. We got a new product that I've been trying that's helped a lot. If you join us on Tuesday nights, you can find out about this project. And I'll probably upload the video from Tuesday here tomorrow or the next day. Still flooding. We've been flooding from North Dakota all the way down to southern Missouri ever since like May, or actually March. It hasn't not, the highway is still shut down. They had to shut it down like 10 times this year. Bridges are washing away. Railroad bridges are washing away here in northern Missouri. Not one tornado warning. And I can't remember if I could put the temperature on here. Now we know Billy Hayes, he's got a way to do it. We never got a schematic on that stuff, but maybe somebody out there can figure that out. Yeah, like, I mean, all of us, most of us out here that listen to this show, we know the New World Order is trying to take over. I mean, that's what everything we see now, the food, the attack on the farmers, the attack on the farmlands, the technology, it's all to bring in the New World Order. I mean, the signs are right in our face, man. Oh, let's put this on temperatures. All right, so right now, here's about where we are. We got the cold temperatures just hit Kansas. Farther down here, I'm still in the 70s. It's still hot. I'm sweating right now. So that colder air, the fall air, is only about an hour away. But look, it's coming. So look, the southern states, you're going to be roasting tomorrow. 94, 90, 91. We'll see if you guys get a break. It's going to cool you down to the 70s and 80s, but it'll still be humid, so it's going to be hot. Look, it's going to knock everybody down to the 70s. Some 60s down here. Mississippi, Arkansas. So here comes fall. We'll see if it retreats. So it looks like they messed the jet stream up. And let's just see what's going on. Look at that cold coming in here on the 6th. Look at all these temperatures in the 20s. So Colorado, you got temperature of 18, 29 degrees. 24. So we got some cold air coming in already without even the polar vortex winds up there yet. So it looks like, yeah, it looks like they just flicked the switch. And now everybody is going to fall with a flick of a switch. Rebounds for a little bit. Ooh, we had some brutal cold. We got single digit cold on the 9th up in BC, Alberta area. Wow. So everybody, like, you know, with the grand solar minimum, with the weather warfare that's going on, be prepared for a cold winter. What it looks like they're going to do, I haven't tried to figure out a long range forecast yet, but just on the surface here, let me get off these watches and warnings. On the surface, or at least the short term, it looks like they're going to cook everybody in California, parts of Nevada, and then everybody else, you know, is going to get just the same patterns. We're going to see some of the biggest snowabouts until into the northern regions. You know, when we start seeing the rapid heating events, then we know some super cold. But I'm telling you right now, these atmospheric river patterns, if they don't switch them back where they go, we could be looking at hundreds of feet of snow in the mountains. Heavy snows along the Midwest and upper parts. I don't know. We'll just have to see, man. I'll try to dig into a like a long range winter forecast. I'll dig into that a little bit, do a little research, and we'll go from there. Anyway, guys, I'm going to go ahead and call this a show. I'll keep working on trying to get this internet figured out. Thanks for putting up with the buffering. Oh, the other big thing, YouTube is killing us. I mean, they are flat out took away so many viewers over the last 2 days. I mean, I must have really hacked them off. The revenue dropped in half. The viewer minutes have dropped in half. I mean, they just like, this was like F you to me and turned all that down. Even with the internet problems too, man, we're being targeted like big time. So anyway, we'll try to get this thing going a little smoother tomorrow night. Much love out there. Be safe. We're going to play a song called Rise. It's time to rise. Get behind the farmers. Get behind the local farmers that are being attacked. Say no to the plant-based burgers. Say no to the Franken meat. Anyway, be the resistance. You are the resistance. It's us. Anyway, guys, much love. Let's rise up here. Let me mute this out and hit the thing.